The Philippines, a nation born of fire and ocean, where islands scatter like emerald jewels across the endless blue. Here the land sings in waterfalls and rice terraces, in bustling cities and silent coves. It is a place of 1,000 journeys, 1,000 dreams waiting to be lived. Across these islands, wonder is never far. It stirs in the morning mists that curl over the hills. It dances in the coral gardens beneath the sea. It whispers in the warm smiles of those you meet along the way. The Philippines is not just a destination. It is a story written with water, earth, and heart. So gather your sense of wonder, lace up your spirit of adventure. Because what lies ahead is a journey through some of the most breathtaking places on earth. These are the 10 best places to visit in the Philippines, and our adventure begins now. We begin in Palawan, a sliver of paradise often called the last frontier. Here, limestone cliffs rise like ancient cathedrals from turquoise lagoons, glide across the glassy waters of El Nido, where secret beaches hide between karst towers, and every turn reveals a new slice of untouched beauty. Drift through the surreal seascape of Bacuit Bay, where each island seems more magical than the last. Venture underground into the Puerto Princesa subterranean river, a UNESCO World Heritage Site where the river disappears into a cathedral of stone. Further south, Coron awaits, its sunken shipwrecks and clear lakes beckoning divers from around the world. Kayangan Lake, with its crystal waters framed by jagged cliffs, feels like a dream half remembered. In Palawan, the line between earth and fantasy blurs. Next, we journey to Cebu, a vibrant heart beating at the center of the archipelago. Cebu is history and adventure woven together. In the bustling city, visit the Basilica del Santo Niño and Magellan's Cross, where centuries of stories whisper through ancient stones. Then leave the city behind and chase waterfalls through jungles thick with life. Swim in the milky blue waters of Kawasan Falls, where the brave can raft beneath the thunderous cascades. For the bold-hearted, head to Oslob to swim alongside gentle whale sharks, creatures so vast and serene they seem like myths come to life. Ferry to nearby islands like Malapascua, where thresher sharks glide in the deep, or to Bantayan, where powdery beaches stretch out in quiet bliss. In Cebu, every adventure begins with a single step into the unknown. From the sea, we climb into the mountains to Banaue and Batad, home of the ancient rice terraces carved by hand into the steep hillsides. Often called the eighth wonder of the world, these terraces are not just landscapes, they are living monuments to human perseverance and harmony with nature. Trek through misty paths that weave between walls of green. Stand at the viewpoint of Banaue and watch the terraces cascade like giant stairways into the clouds. Venture deeper to Batad, where an amphitheater of rice paddies cradles a tiny village untouched by time. Share a meal of tinolang manok with local Ifugao families, guardians of these terraces for over 2,000 years. As the sun sets and the valleys fall into shadow, you will feel the profound heartbeat of the earth itself. Our journey takes us next to Bohol, where the landscape shifts from lush to otherworldly. Here, the chocolate hills rise from the ground like the domes of a lost city. In the dry season, their grass turns a rich brown, creating a surreal view unlike anything else on earth. Explore the Lobok River, floating through jungle-framed waters on a traditional bamboo raft. Visit the Tarsier Sanctuary and meet the wide-eyed primates no larger than a human hand, clinging shyly to branches in the shade. Snorkel and dive off Panglao Island, where colorful reefs teem with life and dolphins dance along the bow of your boat. In Bohol, wonder is layered, geological, biological, and deeply magical. Next, we ride the surf to Siargao, the island of waves and dreams. Known as the surfing capital of the Philippines, Siargao is more than just Cloud 9 and its famous barreling waves. It is mangrove forests stretching to the horizon, secret lagoons hidden beyond dirt roads, tidal pools carved into coral cliffs, swing from bent coconut palms into the jade waters of Masin River, island hop across Sugba Lagoon, Daku Island, Guam Island, where emerald waters cradle white sand like pearls. Explore the rock pools of Magpupunco at low tide, where clear basins reveal starfish and tiny fishes glittering in the sun. Whether you're riding the perfect wave or simply drifting where the island's spirit takes you, Siargao teaches the art of joyful surrender. From wild surf to ancient stone, we travel to Vigan, a city where time stands still. Walk the cobblestone streets of Crisologo, where Spanish colonial mansions line the narrow lanes and horse-drawn carriages clip-clop through the morning mist. Visit Siquia Mansion, once home to a Philippine president, and step back into a world of velvet drapes and antique mirrors. Watch artisans craft Bernay jars from rich Ilocano clay, each pot spun by hand as it has been for generations. Savor the rich flavors of vegan longanisa and empanada, dishes infused with centuries of history. At dusk, the lamps flicker on, and Vigan transforms into a living postcard of a forgotten world. In Vigan, every doorway, every courtyard, every whispered echo in the stone tells a story of resilience and grace. We set our course to Camiguin, the island born of fire. This small, lush paradise is home to more volcanoes per square mile than anywhere else on Earth. Hike to the top of Mount Hibok, where clouds wrap the summit in shifting veils. Visit the sunken cemetery, where a giant white cross marks a graveyard swallowed by volcanic eruption and now lies beneath the sea. Swim in the icy waters of Katibabasan Falls or soak in the steaming ardent hot springs. Walk the soft sands of White Island, a ghostly stretch of beach that appears and disappears with the tides. Camiguin is a place of quiet power, where the Earth's living forces are felt in every breath of warm air, every ripple of rising mist. In the northern seas we find Batanes, the crown jewel of isolation and serenity. Here, rolling green hills meet sheer cliffs that tumble into the wild Pacific. Stand atop Marlborough Hills and watch the sky stretch out in 1,000 shifting shades. Wander the stone houses of Ivana and Mahatao, built to withstand the typhoons that sweep across these islands. Feel the salt spray at the Basco Lighthouse, where the winds seem to carry the whispers of the world. In Batanes, there is no rush, no clamor, only the slow rhythm of life lived in tune with the land and sea. It is a place where solitude feels like a gift, and every gust of wind feels like a welcome. From quiet hills to golden sands, we arrive at Boracay, reborn and radiant. Step onto White Beach, where the sand is so fine it feels like walking through sifted sugar. Wade into waters so clear they seem lit from within. Spend lazy afternoons drifting on pirogues, traditional outrigger sailboats, watching the sun dip into a sea of molten gold. Dive beneath the waves to explore vibrant coral gardens. Dance barefoot under the stars at open-air beach bars, the music blending with the crash of distant surf. In Boracay, time dissolves into color, into salt, into endless sunsets. Finally, we venture to Dumaguete and the nearby Apo Island, a diver's paradise and a gateway to the hidden wonders of the Visayas. Stroll the lively boulevard of Dumaguete, where students and travelers gather under the shade of acacia trees. Savor Silvanas, the city's famous frozen cookie, as you watch ferries come and go. Then cross the waters to Apo Island, where turtles glide effortlessly through coral gardens and every dive reveals a new burst of life. Visit nearby twin lakes of Balinsasayao and Danao, cradled in thick forest and alive with birdsong. In Dumaguete, the adventure feels both exhilarating and intimate, a perfect farewell to a land that forever changes those who wander its shores. Across these islands, the Philippines weaves its magic. In every sunrise over the rice terraces, every whisper of wind over limestone cliffs, every ripple across the coral gardens, this country reminds us that the world is still filled with wonders beyond imagining. The open ocean calls, the mountains beckon, the rivers and villages and unseen paths await. If you enjoyed this journey through the Philippines, be sure to like this video, subscribe for more incredible adventures, and ring the bell so you never miss the next story. The next journey is already on the horizon, and we can't wait to share it with you.